sunny day here in the Rock City, Abeokuta, Ogun State. You are onto Ogtv, the pioneer station promoting public relations. This is your image, and here today we have panelists who will be discussing issues of agriculture, particularly addressing food crises through stakeholders' engagement. And here I have the opportunity of introducing Dr. Emmanuel Bankole. Dr. Emmanuel Bankole is the director, University Firms, FUNAB, in Abeokuta here. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. My pleasure to be with you.
It's nice having you. I also have the privilege of having Prince Femi Dokumu, who is the chairman 2024 Colloquium Committee of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations Ogun State Chapter. Today, they're pioneering the issue of food crisis and engaging stakeholders for betterment and for succor for Nigerian citizens. Femi Dokumu, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure being here.
It's nice having you. Just as the topic goes, addressing food crisis through stakeholders' engagement. Femi, with the coming up of this topic, what has the NIPR planning to do in this coming program?
Well, thank you very much. Well, you know that the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations has to do with ensuring that there is understanding and that there is goodwill among the various stakeholders within the polity. And annually, the Ogun State chapter has that flagship program, which is for us to look at some burning issues at each point in time, and then bring such issues to the front burner for discussion, and then for us to prefer solutions to them. There is no doubt that the Nigerian nation is going through what some people have called challenging times now. And one of the critical areas of that challenge is food, providing food, or what I call food security for the people. You'll even recall that there was this protest which they were talking about, we are hungry and so on and so forth. You get to know that at some point in time, you hardly can find tomatoes in the market, you hardly can find pepper. If you do, it will be at very exorbitant prices. Therefore, there is that crisis. And so the NIPR Ogun State chapter now felt, look, let us come and discuss this. Let us bring all the stakeholders together and then see how we can ensure that the people begin to enjoy some of the things that they need to enjoy from democracy. Don't forget that also there is this idea of the social contract between the government and the people, or the governed. There is supposed to be that symbolic contract which is signed, that the government will provide for the welfare of the people, protect them, and so on and so on, the fundamental rights of the people. And the people are also expecting good things from the government. But we all know that beyond the government, which is just on the one side, the people, ourselves, how much are we helping ourselves to ensure that we have food security? What is our attitude? What is our behavior to agriculture, the practice of agriculture? Are we ready to engage in planting crops here and there or not? So we have that theme, which is galvanizing stakeholders from both the public and private sector towards addressing food crises in Nigeria. And we are looking at what roles dialogue, talking, advocacy, and all that can play in helping us to address this crisis.
Yeah, do you agree that there are crises?
Well, challenges, yes, because we cannot meet the demand, and where these things are available, you get them at very exorbitant prices. This we know, we can do better. So there's
how can we mitigate all these crises?
Well, what we call crisis or food insecurity is a product of neglect of so many years. over the years, there has been so much neglect of farming. It has been much of lip services and the policy inconsistency. You know, this government will come, introduce its own, abandon the other. So those are the problems. And now we did a study, and we discovered that in the Southwest particularly, the average age of farmers is 65 years. Of farmers that you have in Yoruba villages are 65 years. Old men and women. Where are the youths? Where are the youths? Most of our villages are being inhabited by people from Benin Republic, Togo, or Kuto, Benue. So where are our youths?
Especially in the
so there's a gap. For as long as we continue to see farming as a job for the poor, for the never do well, the problem will still persist. So that is where we need government intervention. And I want to commend the organization too, because a gap of the producer, the scientists, the researcher, the institution. So I want to commend you for this initiative, for bringing us together, because knowledge is power. Those who have the money, the investors, they are there. People who have the know-how, they are there. So they see that link is not there. And I think this initiative is one of those that could bring these people together, these stakeholders together, and then we can start it. So that agri should be seen as a business and not a peasantry level. Look at the population, the rate at which it's increasing. And we are talking about cutlass and hoe. It will take us nowhere. So we need huge investment in agriculture. And the private sector, it has to be driven by private sector. So your role becomes very important, bringing stakeholders together to know the potential that we have, the resources that we have, so that investors can be reassured that when they bring their money, it will not be money down the drain. So I think we want to commend the organization once again for this type of initiative. It will go a long way in addressing the problem that we have on our hand.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bankole. Femi.
Yes, please.
I know with public relations, we've been talking about approaches that can bring about collective efforts and collective results. In normal terms, how do you hope to address this food crisis through robust engagement? Who are the people that are going to be engaged, and how are you fashioning the process in a way that there can be thorough understanding of the process, and there can be thorough understanding of the kind of support and partnership that you are thinking about?
Yes, thank you very much. Maybe just before I go to respond to that, let me thank Comrade Bankole for identifying the fact that there is a need for us to bring all the stakeholders together. And just like I said earlier on, the stakeholders are both in the public and the private sector. We have also identified the youths as critical stakeholder in this efforts to ensure that we have food security. Therefore, that event, the program that will come up on October 3 next month, which is about a week from now, is to bring in all the stakeholders, bring them together at the cultural center here in Abeokuta. We also bring in private sector entrepreneurs, those who are already engaged in agribusiness, who already have new technology, new ideas of how agri should be practiced in such a way that you can have large-scale farming and all that. All these people will come. And then we bring in even students from tertiary institutions who are studying agriculture, to come and see new innovations in the agri sector. These students, we want to catch them young, so that we can bring in the youths there. And any other person too can come to attend the program at the cultural center starting by 10 o'clock. We'll have exhibition stands where people will see these new innovations at play, both in the livestock and in the crop sector of the agri production in Nigeria. And if all these people are brought together, we now talk instead of people going on the streets to protest. Going on the streets to protest, for instance, will not give us any solution. Therefore,
thank you so much.
Therefore, we are saying let us dialogue, let us talk, let us bring the government and the private sector together, and then we can be able to take it off from there and elicit that interest in agric and food production.
Yeah, that is a good process. And let's go on break, and we'll come back and further discuss on this issue.
Thank you very much.
For a decade, one show has shaped the image of our nation. Your Image, PR television program, the public relations powerhouse that has been broadening visibilities for 10 years. The PR Primers Limited, in partnership with the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, and Ogun State Television, Ogtv, is inviting you to an extraordinary 10th anniversary of Your Image PR television program under the distinguished chairmanship of His Royal Majesty, Oba Professor Sakama Temilola, the Olowu of Owo Kingdom. Join us on Wednesday, October the 9th, 2024, at the Park Inn by Radisson Hotel, Kuto, Abeokuta. Hear from cultural icon Prince Yemisi Shillong, Grand Donor and Chairman, Supervisory Council, Yemisi Shillong Museum of Art, Pan-Atlantic University, Lagos, as he talks on the topic, the role of public relations in promotion of arts, culture and tourism. Experience a decade of game-changing guests, empowerment programs honoring legends, insight from NIPR President Dr. Ike Neleaku, and awards for PR excellence. Don't miss this landmark event in PR history, which includes the release of 10th anniversary edition of the iconic PR Primus magazine, Your Image, 10 years of broadening visibilities, shaping the future. October the 9th, 2024. Be there.
Join us in the celebration of the 10th anniversary of this Abeokuta PR program on Ogtv. Well, we are back on the issues of food crisis in relationship with the stakeholders who are going to help us in engendering food surplus in Nigeria. I still have Femi Dokumu, who was trying to explain on the role and the process in which youth and the like will be engaged to further provide solution to this agricultural extension program. But this time around, let me shift my base to Dr. Bankole. In terms of training, giving education, and developing young agripreneurs, what is happening in Funab?
Well, thank you very much. Quickly to let us know that the tripodal mandate of the University of Agriculture Abeokuta is training, research and extension. Training of the students, research and extension. The extension is engagement, community engagement. In those three areas, I want to say that without being modest, we have fared very well. As we speak, apart from training, students, we also engage a diverse group of people from across the state and even the southwest region who comes for training in specific area. Some have come for poultry production, broiler production, fishery, aquaculture, vegetable production for domestic and export. So different group of people, dry season farming and all and the like. So that we are doing. And the youths, it cut across ages, both young and old. This we are doing in addition to the core mandate of the university.
So what has changed?
Really? Now we have a group of educated farmers who are in tandem with the development in agriculture, who can use improved varieties. They know how to do it. They can use inputs, unlike what we had before. Improved varieties, better yields, better farm practices, and better income for them. Through this, we have been able to attract new hands, these young guys into farming. Irrigation, irrigation farming, doing the dry season. Because if you crop 10 by 10, you plant vegetable during the rainy season. If you do the same during the dry season, you will multiple of 10, the income that will come. So it's an opportunity for those who want to go into dry season farming. So these are some of those things we're exposing them to where the money is. And the response has been very tremendous in terms of people, groups, yes, coming for those short trainings. And it's been wonderful.
Femi,
yes,
that's the need to talk about how appropriate communication, appropriate dissemination of information, and how people can access vital information towards achieving this goal that you are preaching. So how are you advising the youths, government, individuals, farmers, and the like in coexisting and achieving this food crisis solution?
Thank you very much. You know certainly that this program that we're talking about is to build or bridge that gap, as it were. If you listen to the way Comrade Bankole has spoken, he said for now they're having some training for some people. What we are trying to do now is to bring FUNAB to have an exhibition stand, where somebody will man that stand, and for youths who are interested in agriculture, when they come around, they can now be educated, enlightened as to what are the opportunities that are available at FUNAB for training and for giving them new ideas in the area of how to irrigate their farms, that they can now do what we call agric all year round.
To acquire technical knowledge.
Yes, the technical knowledge that is required for them to practice agriculture. So essentially, what the NIPR is doing, because you know NIPR is not into agriculture, but we want to bring all the stakeholders in that sector together, so that those who have information, those who have ideas about new innovations and new technologies and technical know-how can interact. You know, public relations is about interaction. So they can interact with those who need such information, those who need such enlightenment. And then we believe that at the end of the day, more people would have been mobilized, galvanized, you know, but we would have stimulated their interest in agriculture. And what that would mean is that if at the end of the day, if that day we have about 200 youths or people who came around, you know, to come and talk about, okay, what can we do in the area of agriculture, and they leave, there will be that multiplier effect where the 200 will now go and talk to some other people, and then they can now know where to go to if they require attention or
and
assistance.
there will be cross-fertilization
of ideas,
exchange of technology,
oh yes,
exchange of
contacts, and then you can move on from there. That is the essence of this forum.
So I want to really appreciate the NIPR for that move. Dr. Bankole, a lot has been said about having food surplus during rainy season, crops, vegetables, and the like. How are you also teaching or building an environment where we can be able to manage these surpluses at a particular point in time?
Well, thank you very much. We talk about technology being transferred. Over there in our university, a lot of findings have been done on the processing and the food storage. Well, it's a known fact that during the glut, so much is being lost because of poor storage facility and processing, preservation. So what is done as part of technology that is being transferred is how to preserve, how to process, sometimes into semi-finished product so that they can store longer. We also have some variety of, for instance, tomato, that the shelf life is longer than the one we are used to, that can store very long. Just put them under room temperature and they can stay longer. So variety of tomato, you know. So storage is very important, and we have our experts that have done a lot of work and which will be available to people in that area. You want to talk of vegetable production, preservation, adding value so that it can stay longer and you can see a good return. So those are type of things that we have that through this interaction, those investors who have money, you know, they can be encouraged to invest in that area.
Thank you very much. Well, Femi, in bridging the gap between farmers who are in the local environment and farmers in the cities, how do you advise that they have a mutual coexistence whereby there can be exchange of ideas, and how do they connect to various associations so that probably want to give them some hints, but now you can engender a better relationship. That is talking about the town and gown relationship.
Well, you know, this is where we now say, and the public relations professionals believe that this is an area or a sector where government has business in business. Government needs to provide the enabling environment for all these people to meet. I am aware, for instance, that in Ogun State presently, the government or the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is profiling farmers, real farmers, practicing farmers, not those who just say they are farmers, they are bench emergency farmers or what have you, armchair farmers. No, I am aware that the Ogun State government is compiling list of those, and they are asking them to even come and register. So whether you are practicing in the rural community or you are a big-time player having a large hectarage of farming, there is a way by which all these people can be brought together and new technologies, new ideas can be transferred to them. That is the essence of the whole arrangement that we are working on now, and we are happy that the Ogun State government through the Ministry of Agric and Food Security is already collaborating with us. The commissioner has indicated that the state government will be partnering on this matter and support the program. We also have individuals who will also be featuring, who will be speaking to us as panelists on that day. And from there, I think we would have succeeded in stimulating the practice of agriculture among our people, especially in Ogun State.
Thank you very much. Dr. Bankole, yes. How do you see the role of NIPR in this new scheme?
Well, like I said in my opening remark, that I commend the NIPR for this initiative. And well, on behalf of my Vice Chancellor, Professor Obike, I want to appreciate you for the good job that you have been doing. And I want to say that our earlier contact, interaction, has really boosted a lot of development in the university. Arising from that interaction, I know so many investors that have come over to the university wanting to partner with us, big-time farmers. And in the history of that university, we have opened land that has never been done before, since the establishment of that university. So many investors coming. So it is knowledge, information. And we appreciate the importance of information, and that is why my university, ably led by Professor Kennedy, will be willing and is always ready to partner with a credible organization of your like. So we know the importance of information. A good number of investors that have come, put money, huge investment in our campus, and that is the way to go. Agric should be done as a business. So this type of platform will let them know the potentials, the opportunities, and particularly further investors of agriculture, the potential that we have. Very serene environment, very secure environment, the expertise, the equipment are there, and then we are good to go.
Yeah, thank you so much. The best way to go is to collaborate, have robust stakeholder engagement with individuals, with farmers, with government, with all other stakeholders who are involved in agricultural business. Femi Dokumu, I want to say thank you so much for your input. Thanks to NIPR for doing this program, and we believe that Nigeria will be better for it.
It's my pleasure.
It's a pleasure having you, Dr. Bankole.
We look forward to a successful program.
By the grace of God. Dr. Bankole, we want to thank you for this presence. It's been nice having you around and educating us. Viewers, until next week, when we come away, continue with this program, but in another dimension. We want to say thank you. Join us on Your Image every Thursday, 5 o'clock. God bless you.
For a decade, one show has shaped the image of our nation. Your Image, PR television program, the public relations powerhouse that has been broadening visibilities for 10 years. The PR Primers Limited, in partnership with the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, and Ogun State Television, OGTV, is inviting you to an extraordinary 10th anniversary of Your Image, PR television program under the distinguished chairmanship of His Royal Majesty, Oba Professor Sakama Temilola, the Oluwu of Owo Kingdom. Join us on Wednesday, October the 9th, 2024, at the Park Inn by Radisson Hotel, Kuto, Abeokuta. Hear from cultural icon Prince Yemisi Shillong, Grand Donor and Chairman, Supervisory Council, Yemisi Shillong Museum of Art, Pan-Atlantic University, Lagos, as he talks on the topic, the role of public relations in promotion of arts, culture and tourism. Experience a decade of game-changing guests, empowerment programs honoring legends, insight from NIPR President Dr. Ike Neleaku, and awards for PR excellence. Don't miss this landmark event in PR history, which includes the release of 10th anniversary edition of the iconic PR Primus magazine, Your Image, 10 years of broadening visibilities, shaping the future, October the 9th, 2024. Be there.